Welcome to the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint with your host Lolita Gorin. And it is an episode number 32. I want to start talking about human needs and how that could be stressful if you can't get your needs met. First of all, I want to say that it is not being selfish, as in being taught in our society of what you want to have your needs met? How dare you to be so selfish? I think it's laughable, especially when we hear from other people, especially the closest people to us, who say that we need to do something for them. And then we say, well, we really don't want to do that because that's not what they want, that's not what they need. And then they say, how dare you to not do this thing I'm asking of you to do? How selfish of you. But isn't that funny that actually it's very selfish when somebody says something like that and they totally deny your needs? Oh, but that's how I guess we function. And definitely that's a very dysfunctional way to function. But okay, so let's start with the first one that I think is the cause of a lot of unhappiness. And we all have the need to be loved. I think there's so much done in history of people um, doing things for love, starting wars for love, for appreciation, for acceptance. And to be honest, I think that only hurt people hurt others. Because if all of us will be accepted the way we are and we would be loved and appreciated the way you are, the way we are and we want to be, I don't think anybody will be hurting other people. And loneliness is a very serious pandemic, I think, because you can be feeling lonely even in a million people city. You could be feeling lonely in your own family because you're not feeling loved and appreciated the way you are. And being loved is being seen and being accepted. And in our society, we're really not feeling that way because there's so many rules and everybody's opinions, how things need to be. I think the world will be a much better place if we just accept who we are and allow others to be the way they are. Um, so the need of being loved and appreciated is also not necessarily needs to come from other people. And I remember, when I started on my self-development journey, it really would trigger me to saying, "Oh, you need to start learning how to love yourself first." I had an issue with that, and I probably already mentioned this in the previous episodes. As then they felt like, "What do you mean I'm doing this wrong way?" But also because I coming from dysfunctional family with childhood traumas of not being loved and appreciated how I wanted to be and how I needed to be, it gave me this feeling of I will never be loved because I'm not worthy. And also I had a very difficulty of even starting to loving myself and accepting myself because I thought there was, first of all, selfish because, oh my gosh, you're so being so selfish, you need to you need to put everybody else as a priority, but definitely not yourself, kind of thing. But also, I felt guilty of even acknowledging myself and meeting my own needs, or even accepting that I have needs, that that's okay for me to have needs because I am unique and we all have our own things. Because my needs were not met, because I was not feeling that I was loved the way I should. So I think and I invite you to think about now, what kind of environment do you grow up? Do you believe and you can tell that, oh yeah, I totally was loved and appreciated the way I was accepted, and because if you were in that kind of environment, then you will have no problem appreciating yourself as well. But for those who have low self-esteem, they probably were not even taught how to love themselves. And at the same time, what love is. For example, for me, for the longest time, I understood pain as love. So I would get in relationships with people who actually will hurt me. And to me, that was like, oh yeah, this is my normal. Like, I'm being hurt. Perfect. This is my natural state of mind. Being loved and neglected and rejected, that's my thing. So ask yourself, when you're looking at the relationships, the way you grew up, what does love means to you? Is it pain, or is it being accepted and seen? And it's very important to really get to that. And don't be afraid to really look into it, because it will change a lot of things in your life, how you see it, but also knowing that your needs are important and it's not selfish by no means to meet them. Um, I believe that when you meet your needs and then you appreciate other people and you know that they also have their own needs, and then we allow ourselves to be how we want and others, you will open up more space for love in general. And there will be less of fear and fear of rejection, of unknown, of other people. So when you are helping yourself to really truly love and appreciate yourself, um, and do the same thing for other people, then we will be more loved and appreciated. So there will be less of hatred and hurt. And I think that's how the world will be a better place to live. But everything starts with you. How do you love yourself? Or do you hurt yourself? Or do you hurt yourself because you think that's love? So that's, I'm inviting you to contemplate on that. And tell me in the comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube, um, tell me, what does love means to you? And do you really believe that you love yourself the way you should? And especially if you compare yourself to other people and you see what love means to them, is it the same thing love means to you as well? I'm inviting you to think about that. Um, and also leave me a comment, like and subscribe. You know the drill. And tomorrow I'll be talking about another next need, but what it will be, it's a surprise. So talk to you tomorrow.